Hello everybody and welcome back to another review. We're back with Classified. It's been a while, but back with G.I. Joe because we've been getting a few more newer releases. Some of them have been hard to find out in the wild, which is what I've kind of just come to depend on for a little bit, but we have two Vipers here today. We're gonna go ahead and look at them real quick. I got two of these retro Viper ones because I think this is a worthy upgrade to the old Vipers we had. And I have just one Saw Viper. I might get two more because I really do love how this guy came out. I am missing only like one accessory for him, and I'll describe that later. But with that being said, I think we'll start with the Saw Viper. There's a lot of new with him that I think is worth, taking a look at first. First and foremost, the design, I really love this. I like the colors, the dark like purple, sort of pink almost. I've said it in my reviews before, I love purple on action figures, I don't know why. And then you just have a hint of bright neon, like yellow, greenish color. But yeah, I think this is a well-designed figure for the most part. I will say there is a lack of sort of boot rotation on this guy at the bottom here, unfortunately. So that's would be my only gripe. Other than that, he is fully articulated in this big ass suit. He can still move around and get some cool poses. A lot of his stuff is removable. You have the helmet, which comes separate in the packaging, but then you have this sort of collar piece, protective suit piece here with a sort of like a metal plate here at the front. Looks very cool. And then you have the face sculpt underneath. You can go further and remove the armor pieces on his arms if you want a more streamlined look. So that is an option. So, pick and choose. You can have both forearm pieces, missing one piece, missing his shoulder pads, or remove the forearms and you keep the shoulder pads only. It's really up to you and how you want to make these guys look. In terms of accessories, he does have quite a few, and some of them I already have on him. We have, I believe this is a new pistol. This is a new mold, I believe. It does have a hole there for blast effects, so that is very cool looking. So just a closer look there. He does come with a knife, which is a newer knife, I believe, as well. At first I thought it was a knife that came with the Cobra troopers, but it is not. Like I said, all of these pieces are removable, so if you want to count them as accessory pieces, you can. You have the helmet here, which looks cool, again with that bright neon paint there for the visor. Not much in the inside, and it's pretty basic on the outside. There's the back side, but yeah, very nice helmet. We do have I guess the back piece. I'll go with this. We saw this with Roadblock, the Tiger Force version in that 2-pack with tripwire, so this is a reuse, I know that. I am missing the ammo belt. It kind of connects here. I guess I dropped it somewhere, I don't know where, but it does come with the ammo belt. Has a little handle there and a little peg there where you can store a weapon, and then you have the peg that goes into the back. So yeah, sculpted nicely, painted nicely overall. Looks cool. And then his main gun here is very cool. I mean, mine is slightly warped here, which is unfortunate, and for the most part it's pretty sturdy in this metal area. Just the front here is warped, and then the chainsaw itself is also a little warped. But yeah, there's a lot of pieces that go into this. So we first have this handle, connects here on the side as such, so he can grip that with his two hands, one back here, one up here. We have this magazine kind of thing that goes in here, and that looks cool. And then you connect the ammo belt on this other end, which is kind of weird that he has a magazine and then the ammo belt that goes into the back piece, but that's how they designed it. Oh well. And then the chainsaw here, nice silver paint, and then you have a chainmail going around, looks very cool. Has a little tiny peg that goes in there as such. So this is a whole LMG weapon that he has. And then I do like to store this, remove everything, and then where you have a chainsaw, you plug it in there at the back piece. Other than that, this peg is pretty much useless, so do what you want with that. But yeah, getting everything on this guy, I think he can store everything on his person. He can hold everything, and then we'll talk about his articulation here in a second. But you do have a knife sheath here on the back, so that goes in there. As such, you have a new holster on the side over here. As such, the back piece, I think I will show the articulation first as he is right now. We'll include the helmet because why not? Okay, so there goes the helmet and this collar piece. He can look up about that much. He is going to lift this, so it's going to look a little awkward. He can look down pretty far, and then he can look side to side even with that collar piece. So as you can see there, he can look side to side. His arms go out even with the shoulder pads in there about that much. They are very flexible, so they move out of the way. They can rotate all the way around. He does have slight butterfly joint in there, bicep swivel. The double jointed elbow works very well. His hands, this is a vertical hinge, so it goes up and down. This is a horizontal, goes side to side. Crunching forward, that's about as much as he can get. He can crunch about once with the ab crunch up here. So then going back is about that much. You do have some side to side, waist, kick forward, out, about that much. Not bad for a beefy guy. You do have upper thigh cut. It's nicely hidden in there. So you can see that. Double jointed knees, again, very flexible for a beefy guy. No boot swivel, which is unfortunate. Feet go back, forward, and then ankle pivot, which is very nice. So lots of motion with this guy, despite of how big and bulky he may seem. He can articulate rather well. And then just putting all of his stuff together. Let's see here. Go down, and then there's a trigger. Oh, it was in there, and then it slipped out. There we go. So then here he can grab. Come on, grab it. There it is. And yeah, this usually falls apart. Yeah, so it's a little tricky because all of this just kind of falls apart while you're putting it together. But once you get it, stick everything back together, and he just looks very cool. Taking a closer look here, we have the Cobra logo, all this crazy detail with the pouches, the texture with the straps. The holster here looks very leathery. So yeah, just tons of detail as we come to know from the classified line. Looks very cool. There's the shoes. Then there's visor up here. And then if we want a closer look at that head sculpt, let's remove this. Looks like a generic white guy with blue eyes and a cool little microphone there. So yeah, very happy with this, with how this guy turned out. I'm very happy with them. Definitely want to get a few more, at some point if it's possible, but I think it's worthy of a Viper unit and just overall your Cobra forces. I think he's a little, I'd say a little underrated maybe trooper out there right now, but I think he is fantastic. I mean, I've been enjoying him. He just looks cool just standing there. Looks very menacing. So yeah, overall I'd give him, I'd say a solid 8 out of 10. The boot swivel kind of kills him a little bit, but and the gummy weapons and stuff, but pretty solid in my opinion. Now when it comes with the Viper, I'm bringing in some older ones because I modified some of mine to kind of better help the articulation. I think Hasbro did a good job updating this guy. The goggles are still the same, but this one at least has the silver. Does it have the silver on his goggles? It does, which I don't think the old one had. These newer ones did. They're all dusty. But yeah, I thought these were plain black goggles, but no, there is a shimmer of silver in there, which is nice. We don't have the super chrome like the Cobra Commander did, so that's a bit unfortunate. They updated the grenade here at the front, so that's different. I mean, the whole vest thing is different. I think they just kind of redid everything all together. The arms, I think these are reused, but they should use different arms, pinless arms. You have the gloved hands, you have the pouch over here, you have the belt there, which honestly, I prefer the old one because this is just a painted logo, whereas this is an actual like 3D printed logo in there. So that's pretty cool. Less pouches, you have a little flashlight there, which also has a silver reflective thing. You have a holster here on the back, whereas this one just had the pouches. Pinless legs, they have the red going on the outside and the inside, so that's the difference there. And then I changed the boots on this guy, but I think they also changed them for these. Yes, so different legs all together. Might be the same sculpt up here. No, different legs as well. So yeah, a lot of changes, which I think I appreciate it more. They also threw in a lot more accessories, and I think I dropped a few. Did. But we have this sort of open sort of holding hand here, support hand, which is really cool. We have a pointing finger, which is also very cool. Let's see if we can get it to focus. So that's also really cool. You have your other trigger hand, you have a fist, and another fist. So a nice pair of hands there. The back piece is the same as Rakondo, so they didn't reuse it, but they reused somebody else's. So you still have a canteen there, the little sort of bedroll at the top. They did reuse the sort of Viper 3-pack weapons that we had gotten before. So there's this one with the additional attachment down here and the scope. You do have the removable magazine there. This one also has a removable magazine there. Angled grip, and then the scope, and then this also came with a silencer or suppressor, whatever you want to call it, and you can interchange them between the two guns, but this came on this gun, and that's how I'm gonna leave it because it just looks uniform. The pistol he came with, we've seen as well from the Viper 3-pack, it came with the Officer. It's the same pistol that has the same sort of grip design with the skull. It's cool, I'm not complaining, it's cool. Cool pistol, and then he came with the base as well. Back here you can see this is a new sculpt for this belt. You have some nice stitching there, nice little patches and stuff. And yeah, we kind of looked at this already, but just showing you guys again just sort of how it looks. Nice texture. That texture is very nice on the back there. But yeah, I think head sculpt wise it's still the same. Yep, looks the same. We're actually missing some paint here in these crevices where it's red over here. They left it entirely blue. Same at the top, same goggles, so that's pretty much reuse. But yeah, originally the Vipers had this big vest that was just clunky. You couldn't really get a lot of mobility out of them, and you had the scarf as well, which we didn't get with this one, but that's okay. I don't think it would have fit because of that color. It's slightly different, I think. Yeah, so different sculpting all around. But yeah, the original had this beefy vest that limited the mobility. So then I went ahead one of my original Cobra Island Vipers. I just cut around the waist and then created sort of separate belt from the bottom portion of the original vest, and that already gave him so much articulation that he did not have before. And obviously I switched out his feet for Cobra Commander's boots. I mean, this is my special Commander Viper at this point, so it was very fun to customize and get that extra range out of him. Remove the gauntlets as well, the wrist armor, and then Hasbro comes along, they redo the Viper, and they basically just did what I did and give us a separate belt with the vest. I will say, I think mine still gets some more range going forward, because this vest still goes a little too low, so then you can only really get, I'd say, about that much. So there's a difference in that. But yeah, still articulation wise, he's very good. You see the waist there, it's functional now. Arms go out about that much. You do have butterfly joints, bicep swivel, double jointed arms. The triggers go up and down, vertical, and then the rest of his hands go horizontal, in and out. Same with his open hand. You can kick forward about that much, out, upper thigh cut, and then double jointed knees, and then boot swivel, and then pivot there. So yeah, good range of motion, good amount of accessories with this guy. I mean, I'm happy that they redid him, because I think we were in dire need of some more easier to find Vipers in the market. Which is what's great about the retro packaging series, is that I for the most part have been able to find a lot of them on shelves and stuff. There's still Cobra Troopers on the shelves, which is nice. I mean, they didn't get the updated treatment that this Viper did, but still nice that we have some options to get some more Troopers. Now, that being said, the head does not go up like even at all. And that's because Hasbro does what Hasbro does. There's literally no area of movement in the ball joint there. And even up here, it's just so deep in there that it is hard for him to look up. So definitely some modifications can help there, but that'll have to wait for another day when I have a little more free time and whatnot. But that does it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know what you guys think of these two sort of Viper units. Do you guys have them? Are you guys getting more than one? I know I want to get more of him. I already have 2 of them and a bunch of other original Vipers, so I think 2 Vipers is enough, and maybe 2 more Assault Vipers wouldn't hurt. That does it for my video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.